challenge. Here we go. So yes, welcome, and I am Lori. I'm going to lead you through these weekly webinars, kind of expanding on what Kim's videos in the app. She does those 30-second videos each week when a new week opens up, and I'm going to expand on how you'll achieve what she puts out before you. So we'll go into a little bit more detail and give you some idea exactly what to be doing, okay? Just want to introduce myself quickly. That's me in the middle, and those are my 3 lovely children and our dog, Gilbert the Wonder Dog. My daughter lives in the state of Maine. My middle son up top, he's a geologist, and that's my youngest son, Jonah, on the bottom there doing some lifting. That's a picture of me this past summer, August 2015, in Carson, California, at something called the CrossFit Games. CrossFit is my sport. I get to compete. I'm really fortunate because I'm a Nutri-sponsored athlete, which is very cool for me. And, you know, I've always been active and into sports, but I had very, very poor eating habits. I was sugar addicted, carbohydrate addicted, and I would binge or overeat, and then right before days of not eating, you know, that total up and down, and we're going to find out how that really messes up metabolism and really makes it hard for our body to settle in and start burning weight, burning fat, so that we can lose the fat off of our body and become leaner. Right, and so if I can do this, anybody can, right? It's been years now since I've gone back to old habits. I never will, because I've completely rewired my brain around this, and that's what I can help you do with these webinars, and every week making small little changes. I've helped people lose thousands of pounds with our system, right? So I know that you can do it. You just need to commit to showing up here and making this happen. So welcome. So to let you know a little bit about our Automatic Body program, it was designed by Kim Lyons. She was a former trainer on The Biggest Loser. She's been on Dr. Oz and the Dr. Phil's Weight Loss Challenge. Where this comes from is she was actually contacted by our company, and she was interested in what our company was doing. And she said, you need to let me design a program that will take people through changes that they can sustain, not overturn their life, so that they can actually make permanent lifestyle changes. This comes from her experience on The Biggest Loser, where she saw how they put people through, you know, weeks and months of changes to lifestyle. But that what broke her heart was how many of those people reverted back to old habits and gained all their weight back. Right, and for her it was that something was wrong. They were doing something wrong, and she wanted to correct that. And she's, you know, extremely proud of this Automatic Body program, and we are too. The cool thing about this is it is such small, subtle changes that in a week's time, it alone, it doesn't make that much of a difference. But when you compound one small change on top of the other, it becomes very powerful, and you will see how all of a sudden, you know, without realizing changes are happening, you will be feeling incredibly different, and you will be looking different. So it's a very cool program designed by Kim, who comes, you know, from a background of working with many, many people and helping them change lifestyle habits as well around their health. So let's talk about a checklist here. You might want to grab a pen and write this down. You do want to take a picture, front, side, and back. That's very, very important, right? You're going to find out why, okay? Of course, weigh yourself. You need to get some measurements. So we want like the bust or your chest, and that's right at the nipple line. Your waist is going to be when your arms are hanging. It's at the crease of your elbow, which is much higher than most people think, but that is your waist when you're actually lean. Your hips, kind of just like the top of your pubic bone, right, when you're standing up, so right around there. The highest part of your thigh, the top part of your leg, and then your arm right around the bicep. Now, be sure your profile is filled out and that you start your automatic body phone app, okay? I mean, even if you're into week 10, you can restart it and go through now week 1 if you want as you're watching these webinars. That's all fine. Okay, so some things you need to get done. What is really cool is our company does have a monthly transformation contest where they give away $1,000 cash, $500, and $350 of free product to the best transformations. Now, you can enter as many times as you like. You need a before and after picture and some measurements. But it can be 6 months, right, from when you had your first, your before picture, or it can be, 2 months. It doesn't matter. You can enter as many times as you want. You can only win once a year, but then they do have the yearly transformation contest, which is very cool. But just to know, there's some incentive here to earn a little bit of money by getting yourself really healthy. So that's fun. All right, let's look at week 1 and what's happening for you in your phone app. So hydration and detoxing. We're going to learn about the key, in this program, some of the cornerstones or the key pieces to the puzzle of health are in weeks 1, 2, and 3. And I will often tell people, if you do not get these small changes in place, just keep at these. Don't add too much on top until you're ready, okay? Because if you miss one of these cornerstone pieces, you're on weak ground, right? And possibly going to fall back into what you were doing before. So important to keep those things in mind, right? These first 3 weeks are pretty important. I'm also going to talk about lean and clean food. It's something that I like to describe, and I'm going to go through that a little bit and give you some idea about that. Okay, let's go into hydration and water. What is the big deal about drinking water, right? Well, as you can see, our body has a lot of water in it, 75%. Some articles, research will tell you actually more than this. But, looking at the brain, 80%. Look at the kidney, 82%. Blood, of course, and even your muscles, 75% water. This is very important when you think about how you get through a day. Are you tired? Do you feel weak? Is there something wrong with digestion? A lot of this can be a lack of hydration, right? We're going to go through that. I'll explain that. So what we're looking at here, some of you might recognize it there. You might notice the kidney, the stomach, the pancreas, the liver, your intestines, right? Looking at part of your digestive system, some of those really important organs. So the big deal about water, number one, it will flush out toxins. And anything in our body in a high concentration or higher concentration than it should be is toxic, anything, right? And that includes fat. Now, in order for your body to detox, it needs water, right? That is the medium at which our body can detox, and so we need that. We're going to learn more about metabolism next week, but consider it the furnace of your body, and it needs water in order for you to have a healthy metabolism to burn food, calories, just what you're taking in to turn it into what your body needs. Okay, very important that it has water to do that. If you're somebody who catches every little bug that goes around, right, your immune system is a little weak, possibly has to do with water, because it may be that something in your body is, taking up water and your immune system is suffering from it, right? And I'll explain a little bit more about that. So constipation, right? Many people these days don't even realize it, but they are constipated because they don't have a bowel movement every day. That's constipation. So here we'll talk about the kidney, the larger red organ in that picture. The kidney is such an important organ in our body because of what it does. And it's like the workhorse of your body. It does so much for us. It actually trumps a lot of the other organs in our body. So, for example, remember in the picture, the kidney was like 82% water. Now, if it's not getting the amount of water it needs to do its work, it will just take it from all over your body because its work is that important, right? When your kidneys fail, you're in trouble. Now, one of the places that it will take water from, it just sucks it out of there, is your intestines. So when you think about it, when they're dry and sticky, how easy is it to move waste product through there and be able to eliminate healthily? It's very difficult. That's constipation, right? So that kidney will take the water from wherever it needs it in order to get its work done. The sharp mental focus. So again, remember the brain, I think it was 85% water. Well, when you have that foggy, hazy kind of tiredness, you're probably dehydrated. Do you want to stay sharp and mentally focused? Drink more water. And this part here, well, I use this example. Let's think of a prune and think of a plum. What do you want your skin looking like? You want it like that nice, plump, firm plum. not the dried out prune, which is just a dehydrated plum, right? So a lot of the key to holding off the aging process is water, right? Our skin, needs a lot of water. We can't say enough about every part of our body that needs water. This is a big deal, right? So one of the easiest ways to keep your youth, make sure that you're drinking enough water. All right. So we are all here to lose some weight, or more importantly, lose fat, right? Now, water is such a cornerstone to being healthy that if you just focus on getting enough water, weight loss will be a natural side effect. So that's really cool, right? Weight loss will be a natural side effect. So that's our key this week, is to be drinking enough water. So I'll often talk to people about, water, and I find, their point of view on water is, of course, everybody drinks enough water. They think they all drink enough water. Rarely do I. Sometimes I do have people, will tell me, I don't drink any water. They're very honest, right? But, the conversation goes, well, how much water do you drink in a day? Yeah, I drink a lot of water, they tell me. And I'll say, well, how much? At least 8 glasses. And everybody will be able to say that because we've heard that so often, 8 glasses of water a day, right? So in our head, we're all drinking 8 glasses of water a day, right? But, I ask them, do you count? Do you actually count and track how much you're drinking? They'll say, well, no, not really, but I just know I get a lot. And I know if you're not actually tracking and absolutely know how much water you're getting, you're probably getting half the amount you think, right? So it's that critical. So this little guide here, over on the right of the screen, it shows your weight, on the left. And then on the right, it shows how many 8-ounce glasses you should be drinking in a day. Now, the heavier we are, the more water we need to take in. Our organs work that much heavier. There's that much more detoxing to do. Carrying all the extra weight, the kidney has to work that much harder, right? It's on overtime. It needs more water. This is no joke, right? And I know this is hard for some people to see, right? Like if you're 200 pounds, you need 13 to 14 glasses a day. I don't measure it in glasses because I find it too hard to track that kind of a number. I measure mine in liters in Canada, but you could measure it in quarts or, whatever, larger containers, right? But you need some way of knowing exactly how much you're drinking. All right, so this little guide will be in, ask me if you can't find it, but it's in our file section of our Automatic Body Getting Lean Warrior page, okay? But you will be able to find this. Now, if you exercise, you need more than this. Yes, you do. Okay, we're going to leave water for a minute, and we're going to go to defining lean and clean foods. So when we talk about taking in food in our body, or fuel, right, or energy, there's two qualities to it that we can talk about. One is calories. Now, calories are like a measurement of the fuel we're putting in our body. In our car, it's liters or gallons. When we put something in our body to give us energy, make it run, we measure it in calories. So is a food high calorie, low calorie? But there's the other side to it, and this is, how nutritious is it for us? Is it nutrition packed or is it nutrition deficient, right? So let's start here. Something that is low calories but high nutrition, vegetables, fruits, and protein. And we're going to talk about protein on one of our weeks coming up very soon because it's another cornerstone to what you're doing, okay? Let's look. High calories, so now this packs a lot of energy in your body that you'd need to burn off more, or these extra calories could get stored as fat, right? But they're also highly nutritious, and those are lentils, beans, grains, and good fats. They're very high in calories, but also nutritionally dense. All right, so if we look at, they're low calories, but there's also no nutrition in it. Diet pop, something like a rice cake, right? Maybe popcorn. There's a little bit of nutrition in popcorn, but not too much, especially unbuttered popcorn, right? And then high calories and low nutrition. Now that's a real whammy to put on weight, right? Think about it, high calories, and there's no nutrition in it. So this is all our junk foods. It's processed foods, sugar-full foods, fast foods. We're going to talk all about those things in other weeks. This is just to get you thinking of the food and thinking of them in terms of the quality of it and the quantity of it, calories and nutrition. So in the weight loss game, we want to spend most of our time over here. High nutrition, some higher calories, some more of the lower calories. Okay? Kind of not over here, right? All right. In our sessions, there's the whole science part, which is what I just talked about there, how food can be categorized, and, we're learning about hydration and really what it does in our body. That's the science. You can't really dispute those things. Every health professional agrees on that. That's been researched and documented, right? But there's another side when we're working on changing our lifestyle to affect our health, and that has to do with the psychology of it all, what's happening inside our heads. And so we're going to touch a little bit on that on every session as well. And I start with the question, how is what you've been doing working for you? Right? And I mean, I know you're here listening to this and it hasn't been working. So you're looking for something different, and you have to do something different. You actually have to physically do something that you haven't done before. And that could be uneasy. It could cause discomfort, right? You might not even like what you hear me say all the time, right? And next week I'm going to talk more about the importance of being able to accept that, right? But you have to come to realize that today, the state of your health, it's the result of, 1, your knowledge, and 2, your choices about being healthy. Or maybe, first off, knowledge. Well, you might just not know, right? How did this happen to me that I'm 50 pounds overweight? I don't know what happened, right? Maybe you do have some knowledge like I did. I'm very well read in the area, but my choices were still not in line with that knowledge. I was making poor choices when it came to what would benefit my health. So it could be a little bit of both for you. Maybe it's more one than the other, but it is up to you. It's totally your responsibility, right? I had to stop blaming my mom right? Finally, I don't know, around the age of 30, I realized this is not, my mom didn't tell me not to eat 5 cinnamon buns instead of 1, right? I mean, I came from a big farming family and food was so plentiful. And we really were never told not to eat, right? And my mom was so busy, she never noticed if we ate 5 cinnamon buns, right? It was there, we could take it, we could eat it, right? But it's not her fault anymore. I had to come to realize continuing those habits were very detrimental to my health. And you need to start looking at that too. The really cool thing is this means you also have the control to change it all. You have total control to make those changes, and that's what we're going to do. First thing you have to understand is this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's going to take some time. You've been in this, using these habits, you've been in your kind of circle of how you've been treating your body and your health for maybe many years. So don't expect this to change overnight. It's going to take some time, and we'll talk about that as well. So let's look at this week and the one little change. First of all, it's going to be about water. So one of the ways I ensure I get enough water is immediately when I walk into the bathroom, which is the first place most of us go every day, I drink a cup of water. You might not be able to drink a full cup of water right off the bat in the morning. Just get 4 or 5 swallows. You see, because when we wake up, we are a prune. We are dehydrated. So the first and the best thing you can do is get water into your body. It's going to improve our metabolism, already kind of start your body to start burning calories, right? Many, many other things get turned on when you just hydrate in the morning. So immediately, so right, I'll get a cup in, and you know, in that first hour, I take some vitamins, so I drink another cup. There, I've already got 2 glasses. You know, in between there, I'm getting, I drink water with ginger in it. You know, I'll have another cup. So I'm close to getting 4 cups within the first hour, hour and a half of being up. Now, yes, you're going to maybe pee a lot in the beginning, but that will change. Your body will get used to it. Okay? You should actually be going to the bathroom, peeing every hour. And if your urine isn't very clear, like it's a bright fluorescent highlighter yellow, you're not drinking enough, right? You're dehydrated. First off, make sure you're prepared. Be excuseless, meaning take water with you. If you think you're running out for a short little errand, it'll be an hour, and you will, if you haven't had anything to drink, you're on the verge of getting dehydrated. I have a couple water bottles in my car. I always make sure they're full. Bring them into the house, fill them up. If they're empty, to take them out. If I'm at the gym, I never leave the gym without walking to fill my water bottle up. It's the last thing I do. So I take a full bottle into the car. Have it with you. Very important. Flavor it. I have people tell me, I don't like how water tastes, which I kind of look at them because how does water taste, right? But go ahead and flavor your water if you want. Lemon or limes, cucumber and mint is really cool. You're actually going to look at Kim's water detox recipe. I'm going to show you that right away. Make sure your phone app is started. It's going to give you notifications when to drink water. It's really cool. And if you're exercising, you need more water. You need a couple of glasses right after you've exercised, okay? Here's a quick little picture. It's under up here, resources. You're going to see Kim's water recipe, and here she is making this water recipe. It's very cool. It's like kind of a fat detoxing recipe that you can start this week. If you don't want to do this, you do not have to. Just drink water, right? Get some water. This week, here's a little list now for you. Track the water you drink. So it's no less than 8 glasses every day. I don't expect you to jump up to 14 glasses a day if you're drinking 4 in a day. That's not the way this works. You've got 7 days to just work on increasing your water little by little. So if you're somebody who is maybe only drinking 4 glasses, once you track it for one day and that's what you discover, well, if you get up to 6 or 7 by the end of the week, that's fantastic. You've already done your body so much good, right? That changes will happen. Okay? Try and drink 1 glass in your bathroom right upon waking. Get yourself out of the dehydrated phase. Hydrate right away in the morning. That's a really good way to start. Even that, just drinking that glass in the morning for 7 days a week will make a change. Your body's going to thank you, and it'll start adjusting. So take those before photos, measurements, and weights. Make sure you've got your app going. And number 4, why is it important for you to do this? What's up here for you? Now, if you're willing, post it on our Facebook group, the Automatic Body Getting Lean Warriors. Go post it there. And you might have another Facebook group that you're in, so know that your support group. But post it there, or private message it to your coach. Let them know why you're here. Why is this worth it to you? It's a good thing just for you to think about, okay? Make sure you are a member of your Facebook support group, okay? Ask your coach about it if you're not. So that, my friends, is your first week. So get at it. Glad you're here. Show up as your app changes over. Come on over and listen to this next week, okay? When your app changes over, you'll find the second week posted in our page, or maybe you're receiving this by an email. Okay, it'll show up. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great week.